So my dude's Valk here, and today I'm going to be talking about Floor 12 Abyss. While my run goes through the background, this is a completely blind run I did without really trying it beforehand. This is my first attempt at it. So you guys will get to see it, but it's going to be fast forwarded because I know Abyss footage is not the most exciting to watch. Somebody just go through and, especially a whale like me, destroy Abyss. So I'm going to just leave it in fast forward and we'll go from there. But I want to talk about my thoughts on it, my thoughts about the corrosion and all that, and basically about how like certain units are in and out of meta now due to how this Abyss functions and to how genuinely hard this Abyss can get. Well, not for me because I'm a Giga Whale, but for free to play I can definitely see where this is a huge challenge, and the fact that you need a lot of damage very quickly. Or you're just going to get rolled by the corrosion from the wolves. Now I will say it's not too difficult to actually dodge around the wolves themselves. It just needs a little bit of practice and you'll be able to predict, but the fact that they can apply corrosive stacks while you're inside your ult animation is kind of BS. It makes it to where you have to be very careful with longer animations like Eula. Eula has a pretty long ult animation because she swings that big ass sword all the way around. But you have to be very careful with ult animations and you have to be constantly diligent of that. But as long as you bring like a good healer on each side, like for one side I have Jean and the other side I have Don't Get Hit. But as long as you bring a good healer on each side, it really is not that big of an issue. But as far as just a damage output, yeah, I knew this. I've said this before a while back actually. I knew whenever these wolves get added in, because they have like a 400,000 HP pool in the overworld, I knew that they were going to be tanky as hell come Abyss, and sure enough they are. The only side that I really, because Raiden Eula, whenever you wail out, Raiden Eula is genuinely one of the strongest teams in the game. It is incredible how powerful that team actually is, as you can see by just how quickly they rip through all these floors. But the only side I really struggled on was the Shao side, because of how much they would move around and how much it would dodge and how difficult it generally was to hit two at once to get C6 really going a lot of times. But overall, I feel like the constant increase of DPS is also being matched by the constant power creep of newer units. Newer units are always, they tend to be pretty damn strong. I mean, just look at like how good Raiden is once she has C3. Look at Ayaka once she has, I think it's like her C2 or whatever, that gives her 2 extra ult blades. Just look at those characters and look how strong they are whenever they get like specific constellations that just allow them to open up. And I think this is a trend we're going to see like continued throughout a while, because I mean it's just natural power creep throughout video games. It just happens, right? It happens all the time. And they want to make content that kind of wants you to pull on the newer stuff so you can beat everything. So I am going to follow up by saying this, that they only are doing this on floor 12, which means you should be able to get to floor 12 pretty easily if you were in-game before. But if you can't beat floor 12, it's not that big a deal. You're just missing out on 150 primo gems. I didn't beat floor 12 last Abyss because I could care less. But I beat everything else because I was doing the no artifact stuff. I never even tried floor 12 with no artifacts last Abyss. I just couldn't bring myself to get around to do it. But I don't think it's generally that big a deal if you miss out. Anyways, that's basically the video. Thank you guys for watching as always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.